Hey guys, it's me Dominique coming at you guys with a new video. Today is my son's birthday, so I was in full-fledged mommy mode today. So this is why I'm not coming at you guys all I guess glammed up, and I'm actually a little bit tired and I'm not feeling well because, like I said, I was in mommy mode today trying to make it a good birthday for my baby. But anyhow, we're gonna get into this the Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, season 6, episode 13. I never get the season and the episode right. Anyway, y'all see it in the title. Okay, so first the scene begins with Dwight and Phaedra. Phaedra's planning her second son's birthday or whatnot, and that scene goes on. Next scene goes into Kenya. Kenya's aunt basically said everything I said. Like, you know, you're having this baby. Basically, in words speak, the way I interpreted that whole scene with Kenya and her aunt was that she was saying, Kenya, you know, we come from a dysfunctional family. You know, you have 2 dysfunctional parents. So you need to be sure that you want to bring another member into this circle. You need to deal with it. Basically, like I was saying in the first recap, before Kenya has kids, she needs to deal with her mom and dad issues instead of just bringing a child into the world so she can just go off and have her own little family and get away from them, thinking, oh, once I have my child, that's it. That's gonna be my family. My child is gonna love me like my parents should have. That's what I was saying about that. I mean, that's what I wanted to say about that whole Kenya thing. The next thing we go into is, oh yeah, before I go into that, Kenya. This whole Nigerian man thing you keep bringing up is killing me. Anyhow, we're going to go into Candy. Next thing is Candy talking to Don Juan and Todd about who they're trying to get on and who they gotten on. I think it's really good that Candy ended up getting Gerald Levert for the musical. If she ended up getting him, because I don't know the whole casting now that the season now that everything has been shot. Then I don't know what the whole casting is now. But it's good that she got someone like Gerald Levert to do her musical. But it's not surprising that Candy got someone like Gerald Levert to do her musical, because Candy is she's big in the music industry, so she has the connections and the strings to pull certain people. So like that whole thing when her trying to pull Nene into her musical, like I don't even know why she tried that, because I mean she has real singers that she knows that could have did that. So Nene flattered herself too much in that whole part when she was like she didn't want to do Candy's musical. Okay, the next thing is Kenya. We're coming back to Kenya. Kenya is in the sperm bank, I think it is, and she's Kenya's going over different things. She's with, what's his name? Is his name Lawrence? Yeah, the guy with, yeah, Lawrence. She's with Lawrence, and then she's going over her little list of what she wants. While she goes over that list, I'm thinking, okay, you going over this list, you're talking about you want to have kids. There's a reason why you keep talking about want to have kids, but you're not trying to have kids with this Nigerian man. And it's not because he's all the way in Africa. It's something about your relationship ain't on the up and up. Because all these things that you're listing about what you want in a donor, we know, like, that's not your African man. So my thing is, if you were in such a good, happy, healthy relationship, why wouldn't you want to have a child with the person that you with versus going to a donor, unless something ain't right about that situation, which I've always felt that way, because the way Kenya talks about him and nobody knows who he is and how he's such a secret or whatnot. Also, one thing I did want to go into about what Kenya was saying about the list, when she was reading the essays, and she was like, oh, that once, oh no, next, the program. Okay, I think in a lot of ways, I kind of lucked out when I got pregnant with my son, because I really didn't know much about my husband. But as far as like academic wise, my son is so freaking smart. I would consider myself an above average student, and my husband is above average student, and we've created an above average student. And I think I kind of lucked out on that, because you know, when people conceive with people, they don't realize like what you're really doing when you're mixing genes. So I understand sort of when it came to the intelligence thing how Kenya was, because I remember one time Because you guys know me and my husband have been on and off for 8 years. Has it been 8 years? I think it's been 8 years. I corrected, annotated, whatever. And I remember one time we were off and I was dating this guy, and he was so handsome and he did all the right things and he was so romantic and brought me flowers and went out on dates. But one thing I could never get past was the fact that he was so dumb to me. Like, I was like, I'll never see a long term. Like, people used to ask me, oh, do you like him? I mean, what is it? You know, is he the next guy for you? And I'm like, no. I was like, and I always be like, I'll never see a long term with him because I can't be with nobody that dumb. He was just too dumb for me. I can't. It's not gonna happen. And then it was like, and I was like, I would definitely never have children with him. I would consider options before I conceive with him, because he was just that dumb, and I would never want my child to be that dumb. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I understood where Kenya was coming from when she was like, oh, that once, I'm good, next. I understood that. Me and you was here, Kenya. Me and you might not always be here, but we was here on that. Next, we go on to Phaedra's party. It was a nice party. It was cute themed. I thought it was really adorable, although I thought it was extravagant, but we know Phaedra is extravagant. And I thought it was really cute themed because of the nickname she had for her children. Next scene we go into is Nene. Nene, finally we see Nene in this episode. We wait all the way until the end, which is the juiciest part of the episode. But we finally see Nene. And Nene is talking about the party and her list and stuff. Now, when Nene is going over the guest list, it's screaming messy, 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 messy. Yeah, Nene is all the way messy for inviting all these people. That's how, like, when Nene did, that was hella messy. Hella messy. But it's Nene. That whole scene continues, and Nene is being Nene. First of all, can I say that Nene has turned Greg into a queen? It's like Greg has become the male version of Nene, and it's like, ugh. Like, seriously? No. Greg has become real extra. I don't know what it is about Nene that done rubbed off on Greg, but I don't like it. Then I also want to say Nene has popped the molly, because Nene comes out on 10 and she's loud and she's giving you all types of shade and reason. Like, Nene, what? Where did you come from? Like, what's wrong with you, Nene? And she's just like, and I'm like, nah, chill. Kenya was intentionally late in that episode, and of course when she did come in, she said she had to go pick up Brandon from the airport. But I also felt like, you know, she felt like everybody else is gonna be late too, so she probably just stood the chance of being late and not even texting Nene, because she felt like maybe the other girls was gonna be late too, so she wasn't gonna be the only one on the chopping block. When, who was it? Was it Phaedra or Cynthia? I think it was Cynthia. So when Cynthia asked that question about being uncomfortable with somebody who slept with your man in the same room, I believe that was as uncomfortable for Chuck as it was for Phaedra and Candy. And to answer that question, yeah, that would be very uncomfortable. You want to know why I feel that way? Because I've been in that uncomfortable situation. Although it's been almost a decade. Because our children are, well, mine is 8 and my stepson is going to be 8. Our children are 8, so in 2 years it will be a decade. And it's still uncomfortable to be in the same room with my husband's baby mom. Like, it is uncomfortable. No matter how comfortable you try to make a situation, it's uncomfortable. So yes, it is uncomfortable from my standpoint. Like, Chuck didn't want any parts of revisiting that conversation in front of Monique, whatever her name is. We see that little clip where Todd shouts out bedroom Candy. Of course, gotta keep that money coming in. Y'all know I want to like Todd, but then that whole thing what happened with Natalie and stuff, and then, you know, it kind of makes me feel Mama Joyce. But I'm still Team Candy. I ain't gonna say I'm Team Mama Joyce or I'm Team Todd. I'm still Team Candy. So shout out to Todd for shouting out bedroom Candy. Okay, Nene has popped the molly, because here goes Nene with the questions again. And then not only is she being messy with the questions, you know she's popped the molly, because here she directs that question up Portia like, bitch, you, and then Portia's like, bitch, you tried it. Don't direct that question to me. No, that would not be okay for me. Well, why you gotta, you know, come from Portia on that question? And that's when I was like, nah, I need to pop the molly. Facts that question, and then saying it to Portia. So the next thing about this whole scene is when, you know, Pedro goes into the confessionals and she calls Kenya Moore. I thought that was cute. Because, you know, she beefs with Kenya, which you can't blame her for beefing with Kenya, because you wouldn't be my friend if you tried to sleep with my husband straight up. And I mean, it takes two for that situation, but at the same token, like, as a woman that's hanging in my circle, you met my husband through me, and then you and my husband trying to carry on this little thing. Yeah, you would always be Kenya Moore to me too as well. The next thing about the scene is the whole strip club question. Again, I believe Cynthia should have checked that. It should not have been Candy and Peter going at it. Cynthia brought it when Candy was like, no, Peter, I know. Cynthia should have been like, well, I know my husband goes to the strip club. I know he sees booty. I know he gets lap dances. So he don't have to come home and tell me, oh, I done got a lap dance tonight, I done spent money, because he's in a strip club. So I'm not saying, although he's sitting here saying that I'm not getting lap dances, like, I know he may not get a lap dance every time he goes to a strip club, but I'm not naive to the fact that he's in a strip club. So I'm not naive to the fact that it's a possibility that he could have gotten a lap dance. So we're gonna move on to the next question, and that's how I should have went, Cynthia. Now Peter and Candy going back and forth again. You're letting your husband check something you should have checked as a woman. They're still talking about strip clubs, and it's a definite Nene popped the molly. But yeah, I feel Nene, she was like, yeah, when she was talking about what goes in a strip club. If you guys don't know, ex-stripper, I have a video on that. I will link that somewhere right here. But yeah, basically, yeah, when Nene was talking, I was like, yep, you're right, Nene. That is what goes down. Tricks do to go down in the strip club. So, but yeah, Nene popped the molly. Nene popped a molly with that question, with the whole Chris and Natalie and Kenya thing goes down, and that's where everything escalates to the 10th. That's when you think that whole scene right there makes you think everybody popped a molly. Natalie's attitude was totally different than it was at the winery, because all of a sudden, because like Kenya said, because Natalie is standing behind her husband, she's turned all the way up, instead of, she should have just turned up at the winery. I mean, she kind of did turn up at the winery, but it was like she was turned up to another level because her husband was there. Now she's like, oh yeah, get her. Hello, you're a woman. Like, what kind of woman are you having your husband or your man check another woman? Unless that was a woman that he has slept with and she has tried to disrespect you because she done had something you done had. There's no reason a man should be checking another woman on your behalf. There's no way. In my opinion, there's no way Christopher should have been checking Kenya. He should have said, she's lying, point blank, period. Let it go. Standing up like he about to fight her, that was too much. Too much. So Brandon stands up to defend Kenya. So then he shows everybody in the room, yeah, Kenya brought me, but I'm not going to let another man jump up in her face. So I commended Brandon for that, because, you know, at the end of the day, he's a man, and that's another man trying to jump up in a woman's face. So he wasn't wrong for that. But am I the only one who was like, why is Apollo beating up Brandon? Like, what is really going on? So, you know, they showed that scene twice. And then I watched it again after that. And I even asked my husband, because my husband was out there watching it with me, but he wasn't really watching. He was just sitting out there because he just wanted the TV. So he was just waiting for the scene to end, because all the other TVs in the house are occupied. So he just had to wait on me to watch my show. But anyway, so that kind of confused me. Maybe it was the way it was edited, because it's like they went from trying to hold Brandon back to Apollo beating up on Brandon. I just didn't understand that. And I asked my husband, I was like, what is going on? And then my husband was like, well, it did look like Brandon kicked him, because he was like, he couldn't really understand how it escalated from them holding Brandon back to Apollo just beating up on Brandon. But then he also said that what it looked like, it was like Brandon was trying to fight Peter and he kind of jumped up for Peter. But then when my husband said that, I thought about Much Love from Kentucky, always talking about Peter being Uncle Ben and Apollo and them having their little romance couple whatever. So like, that was funny to me that when my husband said that, that's what I thought about Much Love saying that. But that scene just went real crazy. But it is like, I was kind of confused how things escalated, and that could be thanks to editing, because it looked like when Kenya stood up, I don't know if she was trying to walk away and leave, or if she was walking towards Natalie. And I was like, oh, so why did Christopher grab her? And I'm like, okay, Brandon was like, don't grab on her. And then I guess Chris gets mad because he wanted to hit Kenya for saying that, and Brandon stopped him. And it make you think, was Chris high him? Was Chris on the Molly? That scene just went real crazy. And then it looks like it gets crazier. They just can show us the rest. So I'm looking forward to next week. Anywho, that's my review recap for this week's episode. Excuse the fresh face or greasy face. Yeah, this video may not go up in HD. It's probably going to go up in the regular quality. But excuse all of this, because you know, today is my baby's birthday, January 26th. I was in full-fledged mommy mode, so this is what y'all get. And I wasn't feeling all that good, but I did get my second win. I honestly wasn't going to even record this tonight, but then the episode gave me my second win, so here I am. So yeah, until next video, I'm out. My links for everything will be below: my Instagram, Twitter, and email. Any questions, comments, or concerns, anything you want to ask me, anything you want to tell me, go ahead and leave it below, or hit up my inbox or email. And until next video, I'm out.